invasion. Um, it's something I talk about a lot, but I kind of I kind of find more information, you know, regarding the logistics of privacy invasion. So, oh shit, hold on. I ain't mean to show myself this video, but yeah, the logistics of privacy invasion. Um, I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna start by saying, um, you listen to a lot of, So I'm gonna start by saying the first thing I heard that made me, just jump up and just be like, okay, this is enough. I heard one target post a video. He was speaking about his job situation, and when he said something that really clicked in my mind. It made it really, really click in my mind. He said something that was just like, it was just what he said just made it just like, okay, I know the reason for this now. I know the reason for this false sense of privacy invasion. I know the reason for it now. Not a false sense, just a false audience when it comes to this sense of this privacy invasion. A false audience. Once he said it, I just knew the reason. I'm gonna go into what he said. He said that he was working with people, and he came in work one day, and then he went home. He felt like they was listening to him in his house, and he went home. So when he went home, since he felt like his coworkers was listening to him in his house, his coworkers, just random citizens, not connected to any law enforcement, nothing, right? So he felt that his coworkers were listening to him in his house. So he goes home and he speaks, um, foully about them to go into work and see how they react. He goes into work to see how they react, and he said their energy was off. Like I get that. I get that's a possibility, but at the same time, um, when you're looking for that, your energy can be off. Like you going to work knowing, like you're gonna think their energy off now because you're going to work knowing that, with it on your mind that they were listening to you in your house as you spoke foully about them because that was your intentions, right? So it's just um it's just an understanding that we have to have as targeted individuals. We have to have this understanding of, just logistics. We have to have this understanding of logistics and understand that, these regular citizens, I'm just gonna say regular citizens, just regular citizens, they don't have that access to be listening to us in 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 our homes and things like that. The more proper logistical way of thinking of that is that they have a handler, right? That's what people call it. I call it, they you know, they have a, dispatch person, a person, notification gang, a person that gives them information, logistically. Because logistically, if a random citizen could just hack you and listen in or put a bug in your house and just listen to you or something like that, if a random citizen can do that, when no crime be going on in the world. If people can watch people through phone cameras and things like that, there wouldn't be any crime going on in the world. I'm talking about any, like none. Like, so this is not something just that's just normal. It's a certain group that's doing these things, and I don't even think the notification gang has an understanding that, this information is being received from someone actually being watched in real time. So they don't even probably have an understand. It's easy for them to not even have an understanding for that. Like they could just be receiving information to say stuff in front of somebody, and they don't even know what to say. They don't even know that where that information is coming from. So the logistics of privacy invasion is very important. Very important. I didn't have anything else to do, so I decided I'd go live. I've been going live for a few days now, but I'm live now. But the logistics of privacy invasion are very important because this is what can make you. Um, it can give you problems in your house while you're alone. You know, not understanding that the only people that have access to this technology are, government agencies and things of this nature, third party companies, and probably not even the third party companies. You know, that's government technology. And surveillance stuff is very serious, bro. Surveillance is very serious, bro. Extremely. Like it's a part of money. You know what I'm saying? Crime makes money, so people wouldn't do a lot of things. Not even only crime. People wouldn't do a lot of things if they knew of this technology. They wouldn't do a lot of things. People wouldn't do immoral things if they knew of this technology. Somebody's always watching. Me, I didn't think it was the police at first. I thought it was like some type of bully rich group that can just watch you, one of those cults or something like that. But they can't even do that. Them people commit crime, you know? Like so like anyone that commits a crime is not aware of this technology, bro. So the logistics of privacy invasion. What I'm trying to get you to focus on right now in an example, right? Bro, your friends are not watching you through your phone camera. It's not your friends doing it, and it's not some random citizen. They're in law groups. The people that do watch that. And I don't think it's the people that you see in public. Like I said, the people that harass you in public are part of the dispatch team. They get dispatched out to harass you and stalk you, for these agencies, law agencies, not nothing else, bro. That's like no one else does that, so that's just what that is. You have to understand the logistics of this stuff. You have to understand the logistics of it, especially the logistics of the privacy part. Your friends aren't watching you through your phone camera. It's basically this whole point of this video is that your friends, ex-friends, associates, ex-girlfriends, anyone you used to know that's not in law enforcement, they're not watching you, bro, through your phone camera or through a hidden camera. They're not listening through you to you through any device, and that is painted for many reasons. Them listening, like the Truman Show, it's painted for many reasons, and not telling you that they're listening and watching you. That is painted for very different, a very different set of reasons. You thinking people that aren't law enforcement are listening to you, like anybody in the world, anybody with status, any random person is listening to you is going to extract your talent while you're alone. They're listening to that because they work with the same people. So they'll extract your talent, your information. Um, they'll bully you with information that'll extract talent. I mean, that's like that part. Like for me, I think it extracted a lot of talent. Like being, you know, bullied on, by random people, kind of, in a subliminal way for certain things. You know what I'm saying? It kind of made me extract talent, like for myself. So they do that, and they're listening, and they probably had your phone hacked. That's for sure. But like I said, you have to understand the logistics of this privacy invasion. This is stuff that people don't want to hear, but it's gonna save you down the line. Understand? Because you got people that think that'll crash out thinking that someone's watching them that ain't the police. You'll have a whole argument by yourself at home because you think somebody listening to you. Just like the story I just explained. You think a person got a bug in your house that you work with, so you'll go home and cuss them out. This is extraction of information, making you think that random people are listening to you in your house. Extraction of talent, extraction of information, making you think that random people are watching you and listening to you in your house. You up dancing, rapping, doing all of this stuff, thinking people can have the access to that. That's not the police or someone that mimics uh police tactics for whatever reasons. I believe coercion. I finally learned how to spell it right, but I believe it's coercion. Some of these groups, I wouldn't say cults, but I would say like, those off-brand GOV groups. For whatever reason, they'll use it to coerce crime coercion, crime coercion. HO side coercion, SU side coercion. You know, that's for many reasons. So they can. It's another group that can mimic these GOV tactics. So you never really know which one it is. I seen somebody posting like, "Oh yeah, it's not these three-letter agencies, so it's this." I say, okay, well, they can, other third-party companies can definitely mimic those things for multiple reasons. We've already seen this stuff play out. You know, like we've already seen it play out. Like so, I mean, I'm not doing any finger pointing anymore because I get on here and it becomes a thing to where I believe they think that I'm doing it for them. Like I'm doing it to like because I'm mad. I'm on here because I'm mad. I'm doing it because of them, or like I have something against them. No, I don't have anything against anyone. I'm actually doing this so people can learn, so targeted individuals can learn and not go through what they want you to go through, crashing out every day because you think some girl is in your phone camera, doing all of this stuff because you think some girl is watching you, or like a bunch of people. You feel what I'm saying? Like a bunch of people that's in some type of group or something with all type of cool people and all of that. You think all of them watching you, so you want to crash out. You want to act belligerent. You can't. You uncomfortable in your house, all because you don't understand the reason that they're making that stuff like that. It extracts talent. It's going to extract talent and information once you're when you're thinking like that. Because nigga, I remember thinking like that. Like in the beginning of my targeting, the first thing I see, no, the first thing I hear is actually right. The second thing I see is what I go with. First thing I seen was Defeat Gang Stalking Manual. official. Just the facts. That's the first thing I seen. Second thing I seen was the Truman Show, and I went, "Oh, I like that. I like the Truman Show. I like the Truman Show, and I like that idea. I want a bunch of girls looking at me through a secret camera, through a hidden camera, and stuff like that. Oh, I like that idea. Oh, I like that idea. That's what I went with. That makes sense. That makes sense right there. I'm cool enough for that to happen to me. That makes sense right there. Oh yeah, they is looking. I got all the models and looking, all of that. They looking at me through a through a phone camera. They ain't doing nothing else. They ain't got no life at all. They ain't doing nothing else. It's a cult of cool cult people. They just watching me in my house and listening to me in my house. That sounds so cool. They ain't doing nothing else. They just doing that. I'm cool enough for them to do that. No, yeah, you cool enough for them to do that, but they don't have that technology, bro. They're not doing that. But someone is. And like I said, and I will keep saying, that's just who do that. It is what it is. Third party companies, 3-letter agencies, alphabet eight, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to help people about. I experienced shortness of breath being in my home for thinking that regular civilians were watching me. Shortness of breath, etc. Thinking that regular civilians were watching me through a hidden camera. Just regular civilians. Police possibly. That's of course. Regular civilians, you don't think that. So I experienced shortness of breath and etc. because of that. So I'm helping people because of that. I'm not getting on here because of I'm not beefing with no agencies. I'm not doing that. I don't care. What's not finna I don't know. I guess people they want people in this type of delusion. They want y'all in this type of delusion. I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, I guess since that's like a destructive delusion, I'm assuming that I guess this is destroying something. What I'm doing, I'm assuming because this is like it's step by step calculation. Get these people thinking that civilians are listening to them. They're gonna be talking to themselves on the street. I talk to myself walking down the street sometimes. Get these people thinking, let's listen to them and get these civilian informants to go around them and say these things and do these things that they've done in their privacy, just so they think the citizens listening to them and watching them in privacy, but it's really just us. But since they think the citizens listening to them, they gonna go crazy, and they ain't never gonna really figure it out because we stole their logistics, right? Not this person talking to himself, and you ain't gotta ask about his childhood secrets, because this dude talking to himself, because he thinks civilians it was in on his everyday life and believe a bunch of things about him when no one really cares about civilians and they don't give other people the credits. When you see that thing that's on the TV that politician that say a few words to you or something that look like it's a threat towards you, no one else sees it, bruh. Anything, whether it's good or bad, no one else sees it. No one else sees it. They're not giving you that credit. So you act like that. And they do that stuff on purpose. I'm not denying the I'm not denying the privacy invasion. I'm denying who's doing it. I'm calling out the fact that people really it's really targeted individuals on here that really think that civilians not connected to law enforcement are surveilling them. Even the ones that are connected to law enforcement, but they just civilians, they not surveilling you. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, they have a team of people for that, bro. That's especially what they watching for. Like they watch your body movements. They watch anything. They watch you do nothing. They watch you do nothing. So they're surveilling you for body movements and how your body functions. They're looking at your face expressions for what the stuff you look at. You know, they looking at the face expressions for the stuff that you look at. They're looking at your face expressions for the stuff that you look at, bro. Like what you look at on uh, like anything through hidden cameras or anything, bro. Like I said, bro, it's a game, bro. It's a game. It's a hate game. It's a coercion game, bro. Just don't do anything. Simple as that, bro. Don't do anything. Don't give these people a reason. Don't commit any crimes. It's a crime coercion program. Don't let these people make you commit a crime, bro. Because you're gonna end up like these people supposed to be. You're gonna end up like deep fake Rob because he where he's supposed to be at because he let him trick him. As long as you don't let him do that, you good because it's a crime coercion program. So back to what I was saying, uh, it's a false sense of it's a false audience when it comes to privacy invasion. It's a different set of people than than who it is. It's a different set of people. It's a different set of people because you have to understand that is, and then the stuff that what I was going to get into is also the stuff that you listen to. You listen to stuff about 24/7 surveillance. You're listening to all of these things. You're listening to people in your privacy. You're listening to people explain how they think they're being listened to in their privacy. So if people are listening to you in your privacy and they hear you listening to that, doesn't it kind of like, wouldn't that kind of like defeat the whole purpose? They're like, oh, he knows we watching. It's not a hidden camera. Like, oh, he knows we listen. Like, so it's not hidden anymore. Like, so it's like defeats the whole purpose, right? That's how you know it's just a game. They're not giving citizens that type of technology, and if that citizen has that type of technology, that is a 1 out of 100 and a informant. Simple as that. Meaning, when I say 1 out of 100 of citizens, like, bro, the other citizens that they have tracking you around, they don't have that technology, bro. That so there'd be one out of that 1,000 people that has that technology with them people in the agencies, with them people in the agencies that have that technology. That the people in those agencies that had that technology. They know all about that. But if they give a civilian that technology on the street, it'll be one civilian. It'll be a few civilians with that technology on the street, bro. Because street hackers, they're not looking for your body functions. They're not looking at your face expressions. That's what the real hackers, that's what GOV hackers are looking for, bro. They looking at your facial expressions. I don't care. I don't care nothing about none of them. I just thought it was regular civilians that was just very that deep into psychological warfare that they would be watching the person in their privacy and looking at them, uh, for psychological eval or observation. Like, bro, citizens can't do that, and they take that logistics. They take that logistic from you. They take that logistic from you. But yeah, any person with the knowledge of that type of stuff, any person with the knowledge of hacking, like, bro, they're not hacking for things like that, facial expressions. No, they're hacking for financial benefits. They hack bank accounts, social media accounts. Who you're being hacked by is trying to look at you and look at your reactions. And you wouldn't react if you didn't know that they were trying to. You wouldn't have a reaction if you didn't know that they were trying to look at your reaction. So they train you for this stuff, bro. They train you to look in. They train you to look and listen to things in society, bro. Which why I said it's a manufactured schizophrenia. I don't even have to speak on that no more. It's already, that's what it is. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Um, yeah, you just have to understand the logistics of privacy invasion, bro. You know, you're dealing with a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like a beast that's supposed to be, you know, always right. So don't let them be right. You know who let them be right? Deep fake Rob, let them be right. Myron Mays, let them be right. Gavin Long, let them be right. That's who let them be right. And many more people that were targeted individuals and understood exactly what was going on. Let them people be right. If you listening to this, they ain't right now. So if you listening to this right now, they're not right now. Don't let them be right. Don't ever let them be right. Because this is never justified. Unless you deep fake Robert, unless you Gavin Long, unless you Myron Mays, unless you Aaron Alexis, many more, many more. Don't let these people ever be right, bro. Because it's incorrect in there. You made a fuck up. So it's incorrect in there. So don't let them be right. They gang stalked you into that. You still did that. So don't let them be right. you know, you can go down the list with that stuff. It's many people it's many examples of the same exact thing. But you have to understand the logistics of this privacy invasion. You know, no citizen is receiving this. No person that does not get approached in public with their name already being known is receiving this type of stuff. This is manufactured infamous fans. Manufactured fans of infamy, bro. It's fake. It's extraction of information. It's manufactured fans of infamy. Compensated hate. However you want to put it, bro. Just definitely compensated. A lot of people will tell you that, people have personal problems with you. These perps. No, bro, they don't. They don't. Only people that have a personal problem with you is the people that naturally hate you in public. That just ain't even tracking you around. But the people that's perps, they anger coming from who sent them. But the regular people, the regular people that just naturally hate, right? Oh, yeah, I don't like, they just don't like how you might dress nice or something. And they just naturally hate. They ain't even part of no gang stalking or something. It's a lot of people that just naturally hate for whatever reason. Like, whatever reason you might have, they'll just naturally hate for it. And then you got the perps. Compensated hate. Tracking you around. There's no reason to track you around, bro. They're not tracking you around because you're a cousin of somebody.
They're not tracking you around because of this. They don't do that, bro. That's fake. That's compensated hate. They don't do that. No one is tracking you around to hate you. It's compensated. It's compensated, or it's regular. Like, well, just see you and just hate you. Compensated hate or regular hate. That's what you're dealing with in public. You're not dealing with anything else. You feel what I'm saying? It's nothing else. You're not dealing with anything else. You're unknown. We're citizens. Unknown. Unknown. It ain't no secret that they keeping. Like, oh yeah, you know, but we can't tell you. That's impossible. Um, it's a game. It's compensated hate, bro. And yeah, and people do what they want, bro. Like really, like they do what they want today. It's crazy. But yeah, yeah. Shit. This, like I said, you have to understand this stuff, and it's really important. I'm gonna keep this video about, cause I make this video another, or just at 40 minutes. I end this video, but yeah, like you really have to understand the logistics of it because the characteristics that it's going to bring on you, um, very different. It's not good. It's gonna bring some bad characteristics, some bad traits on you. When you think that you're being watched by uh, the people that can't watch, you know, civilians watching other civilians through hidden cameras. No, bro, no. Like it's going to bring certain characteristics on you when you think like that. So you have to understand that that's not possible. Anyone doing that, anyone doing that, uh, anyone doing that is, uh, like I said, like the one out of 1 million civilian that has the access, or probably a little bit more that has the access in your city that had the access to be watching people like that, and they not committing any crimes, so they're definitely not showing people that they're watching people like that because they're not committing any crimes themselves if they're part of a surveillance team. Like you would be the most like they got to be the most civilized person in the world, civilized people in the world right there. Surveillance team. You can watch somebody through a hidden camera and not you know what I'm saying? They don't even know you watching them. Yeah, you ain't committing no crimes. You into it. You into whatever you're doing. So yeah, that's just what that is. You gotta understand the type of stuff, the type of games that are played and the reasons that they're for. You know, I ain't really never questioned targeting, bro. Like I said, I'm 20. I was 21, retired with a pension of 2,000. People don't retire with $2,000 a month, bro. So I never really questioned, and I was kind of already told that I would be kind of whatever. I ain't know I'll be stalked about it, harassed about it. But yeah, bro, when you just look at the logistics of that, like, bro, 20 retirement and you get girls, bro. You 20 retired and you get girls. Like you look good. You 20 retired and you get girls. Yeah, bro. You're a target. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and you don't hang out with people enough to be like to get into nothing, like yeah, bro, that'll make you a target. Don't hang out with people to like to be in any to even get into any type of situation. Don't hang out with people enough to where it's all. I don't even hang out with people enough to where it's all they crime, but like I'm just I'm just with them. Like not I don't even hang out with people enough for that, bro. Like, so yeah, brother, it'll make you unlikable. Like I already knew my reason, but it's all good. Uh, you know, can't say nothing but God bless, bro. Because I don't want bad for people. But that's just what that is. Back to what I was saying. It's very important that you understand the logistics of privacy invasion because it's going to change your characteristics. How the perfect example of how it's going to change your characteristics. The example I made in the beginning of the live stream. The dude that worked somewhere and had coworkers, and then he went home. He's a targeted individual. He still posts on here now. It's no disrespect to him, but he went home and he thought that his coworkers was listening to him in his house, and he went back to work and he said their energy was off as if they were listening to him in his house because when he went to his house and was talking alone, he was saying a bunch of insults about him. That is a change of traits, characteristics, every. You know how off that's going to make you. It's going to make you off-putting. They probably thought that I've said this story many a times, but they probably thought that he was like they probably he went in there with his energy off because he thought they heard him. You know what I'm saying? He thought his coworkers was listening to him in his privacy, so he went in there with his energy off. He went in there mad because he already accusing them. He ain't accused them of that, but he insulted them, and he walked into work like everybody's supposed to be mad because he think they heard him. He think they heard him. So your energy is being put off because of that. You get the no debate and what I'm saying because you going in there looking for that. Now you think they energy off, and they wouldn't even. It's probably about something else. And you came in looking crazy, and oh yeah, y'all heard what I said in my house in my privacy about y'all. Yeah, I meant that. You know what I'm saying? Whole time it's somebody else that surveil you. They are not giving citizens that access, bro. They're not giving citizens that access to that type of technology, bro. That's why you'll get a person that decide to spread somebody all out through the country. Use one of the machines and spread a person all throughout the country. How can you do that feeling watched? You know what I'm saying? Like that's going on right now. Don't you know scientists, the smartest people, bro? There's scientists that get rid of people. They'll do it to their wife. You know what I'm saying? This has happened before. How are you that intelligent and that dumb? This is why I say logistics are better than intelligence. Logistics are better than intelligence, bro. Logistics are more important than intelligence, I should say. Logistics are way more important than intelligence. Way more important. But yeah, um, this is a teaching channel. That's what this is. This is a teaching channel. Um, and that's what this is. My outro is that lie detector tests are $400 plus. I'm not a part of any law enforcement agencies. I'm not a part of uh, any organizations. No one's making me get on here and say this, say any trigger words or any indirect conversations to any target. So this is a channel that you can come and listen to and feel comfortable listening to and understand that you're not being perked and someone is going to say that in every live stream just so you can be comfortable. be live again probably in another week or after that. But like I said, you have to understand logistics. You have to understand what's going on, and that logistics are more important than intelligence. You have to understand exactly the reason that these people are doing this stuff, and it's literally like smart. Like it's literally step by step. Like it's step by step. That I make it no debate. You know, using citizens to act as part of privacy invasion, so you extract more information from people. Dispatching citizens. You feel what I'm saying? To you know, extract talent, extract information from people. You know. But yeah, like that just makes sense. Now it just makes a little bit too much sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it just makes a little bit too much sense, bro. That's why I say it, and I say it's no debate. It has to be something of that nature, right? You know. So I'm just finna get up off of here, and I'll be back on here later. Like I said, I'm gonna change this. I'm not really changing it, but it'll just be more teachable topics about the same topic instead of it just being um well, just me just acknowledging, hey, this is not for this. I'm not posting this for, hey, bro, this is help, bro. I love it too. I feel like I'm accomplishing something when I do this stuff. And when I get on here and get on YouTube and spread these logistics, bro, I feel like I'm accomplishing something. Like I'm quieting people. Hey, bro, you're not being listened to when you walk the streets. I still talk to myself sometimes, but you're not being listened to when you talk, when you walk the streets. Hey, no civilians really have the access to hidden cameras. People are reporting them and being inside of Airbnbs. They don't have access to hidden cameras. Want to know why? Because GOV not finna get it to them. That people to stop doing crimes. Sadly, we need crimes. You know what I'm saying? So people not finna get them that access to be uh a Truman coordinator or something like that. So that's just what that is. Like I said, it's gonna be a lot more teaching when I get on here. I don't know if I get on here with anger. I think I post with anger. It makes me mad sometimes. Just hearing people, uh, speak very unlogically. So that's why I get on here and post. It makes me mad hearing people speaking very unlogically, bro. Like, and just hearing the paranoia in them, cause I was there. You know, like thinking civilians was a part of this stuff. It starts with the vans following you. Immediately when your targeting starts, you think it's something else, um, and that's just what it is. But I'm finna go ahead and get off of here, and I'll be back on here probably like the next week or so. Peace out. I love all y'all. I'll get back on here soon. Like I said, understand the logistics of privacy invasion and understand that citizens cannot have access to that technology, bro. And peace out.